What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here working on my brand new 2024 Corvette Z06, ready to do the very first mod to it. I've had it for, I got it 2 days ago, and honestly I probably would have done this mod sooner if the part came earlier. So what I'm doing, and I think everyone needs to do this if you have a Z06 especially, is if you look at how these tires stick out just a little bit, there's kind of a concave in the body line here that shoots back and goes straight into your intake right there. So not only do you run the risk of shooting rocks all up the side of your car here, you run the risk of getting them straight into your intake as well. And then back here, same concept. I don't know how much you can tell, but this curves in right here, and the tire actually sticks out a fair bit right there. So all of this here is exposed. There's actually this vent right here, and I'm not sure you can quite see it. Let me see if I can light it up a little bit, but there's already gunk in there. You can see little rocks, pebbles, and stuff have already collected because that tire comes right through there. Now, if you come over here, there's actually something, I'll try to light it up, but there's already like pebbles inside this vent from the front tire throwing stuff up. So I'm not going to PPF this entire car. I'm undecided on what to do on the front. I may do a PPF on just the front clip kind of a deal. I may not. I got ceramic coating stuff. I might just do ceramic coating on it. Let me know what you think in the comments if I should do PPF or just leave it ceramic coated. Had a Corvette before this, had 5,000 miles on it when I sold it. Didn't have any problems with rock chips or anything like that. I kept a healthy distance between the cars in front of me, and I was fine. But definitely these rockers are gonna get chewed up if I don't do something about them. So what I did is I got these ACS Composite splash guards. Came in a really nice carrying case. These are not the cheapest that you're gonna find out there, I'll tell you that much. They claim that they've got a better composite material. That may or may not be true. I read a couple of reviews on some of the more economical alternatives, and some of them said that they shattered quickly. They had cracks in them after not very long, all that kind of stuff. So I decided to go ahead and go with the more expensive ACS Composite. I can throw a link to their website where you can buy them. But the other reason that I went with these, in addition to potentially being a little more durable, got some really nice wrapping on them, I'll give them that. But the other reason I went with these is because they actually have more coverage than some of the others I saw, and I'll show you what I mean. So as I was saying, these are not the cheapest. They do have a nice finish on them. The inside here is just kind of looks just like plastic, but then the part that you see right here is nice painted carbon flash metallic. What I like about them is they have this little extra lip here at the bottom that hangs down to give just a little more coverage. This is for the rear tire. They also have this mesh in here that will do a good job of catching all those rocks and stuff so they don't go spitting out the rear bumper. And then you can remove this and clean it out as well. And I do believe, yeah, it's got 2 different levels of mesh in there. So if you were going to the track or something and you wanted to take this inner mesh out so that you only have the big mesh and allowed more airflow, you could easily do that as well. If you're on the street, I can assure you, you're gonna be fine with that amount of airflow in there. So that's the rear. Front. It's hard to do this with one hand. So same kind of concept. This part that's going to get hit with rocks, just this black plastic, and then this part that you're going to see has the carbon flash. I do like that these have all of the clips installed. A lot of the others that I saw, you had to transfer the clips over yourself, which, you know, that's not the end of the world, but it is an extra step. And anyone who's dealt with those clips know that they get bent up and kind of a pain to deal with. And then here's the instructions. So follow along and I will get this set up. Okay, so the first step is right under here. There's a 7mm screw. And to undo that, and then you just push on this. They make a little tool you can buy to kind of get in there and pry it separately, but I don't think you probably really need it. That just snaps off like that. You can see the 4 slots that it snaps into right there, and then it kind of like tucks in behind that as well. So this goes in the exact opposite. So you want to make sure you get that tab in first. There we go. Get all of your fasteners lined up. Just like that. This goes back in the bottom. Just like that. So, I mean, that looks factory to me. It protrudes just a little bit, just enough to kind of catch some of those rocks from coming down the side. It matches the trim. It's actually already a little dusty there, but looks like a good paint match to carbon flash. And, you know, if you didn't know it was aftermarket, you'd probably just assume that the car came that way. Do the back next. Okay, here at the back, you've got a couple of, I believe, T15 screws, 1 and 2 here on the inside of this. And then on the bottom, you have the same 7mm bolt to undo here on the inside. So I'm gonna start with the 7. As a side note, this is the little mini icon. I don't know what they call it, but just kind of a little mini ratchet toolkit, an extension and a bunch of bits. I've seen this kind of online, kind of like a meme and you know, meme tool, if you will. And I was a little skeptical, but I bought it, obviously, and it's actually come in really handy a few times. So this thing, you know, is interchangeable. You can use it with 1/4-inch socket, or you can take that out, put in like a Torx bit or all these other bits it comes with, and use it like a little ratchet. It's perfect for getting inside this. You can also kind of control the angle of this as well. So just a handy little tool to have. The alternative, if you didn't have something little like this, would be to actually remove the wheel and tire, which is a pain. That and extend the handle so I can reach it from out here. Similar to the front. This one's actually a little easier, I think. You can just grab it. Look at all of these rocks just fell out already from just the 20 or so miles that I've had on this so far. Let me see if I can get this out. So there you go. You just have to take it up to the middle, and then you should be able to maybe get it out. Not quite working for me. Okay, that worked. That was a little tough. I don't really like doing that on the fender like that. But got it out. So yeah, so this thing, I don't know if you can see, I just swept in here and like all these rocks just came pouring out of that when I opened that up. So obviously this area in here gets pelted. All those, I'm gonna actually get a air nozzle and blow that out before I install this new one. Literally a rock like already embedded in here between these plastic pieces. I have about 20 something miles on this car, and I haven't been on any dirt roads. All right, so once again, this is the actual guard itself, and then here you've got an inner mesh. It's just kind of made of a plasticky kind of material, and then more of the outer mesh. So you just make sure that's in there. It actually comes assembled. I just thought I would show you. And then all that does is clip right in here. And then they say, put it at the 12 o'clock position and put it in, but I might need to jack this up to get that done, which is a pain because I don't have a low profile jack. But I also don't want to scratch my car. Try taking that off. Maybe that'll give me just enough clearance. Man, it's tight. There we go. So, able to get that in there and I swing it around. Let's see if we can assemble this in place. White part goes at the top, I think. Try this again. There we go. This is gonna work. Maybe. It's a little tight here at the back again. There we go. Sweet. Push pins. Okay, those are installed. All right, there we go. We got them installed. You really can't even tell they're there. I mean, I, as much as anyone, kind of cringed at the thoughts of putting quote unquote mud flaps on a sports car, but really, you know, you cannot tell they're there. And I think that on this car in particular, with the way they've got the wide wheels, kind of the flared fenders, and then concave, you know, intakes here, all of this area collects dust and dirt. Like I said, I already found some rocks inside the intake there, found some rocks inside the rear bumper. These will just do a much better job of protecting all of that. I could PPF the side of this. Even so, I think the PPF would take a beating. So just better to stop the rocks, let them fall right down to the ground right where they start. So these ACS composite guards, although they are expensive, they went on like factory, super easy install. I think I was only out here for an hour, maybe less, and that was just futzing around trying to, you know, get it filmed as well. They come out, I think, a little further maybe than some of the competition. Some of the competition ends a little shorter here. These actually extend down a little further. Same thing in the back. I'm not sure if they come out any further necessarily, but they definitely hang down further than some of the others I was looking at. There's about an inch, inch and a half down here where it hangs down, and that's just going to keep all that dirt from peppering the underside of this bumper here. So, and then you also have these little guards in here that I don't know that the others on the market have, and that'll just protect the inside of here and the edges here from getting peppered with dirt as well. So all in all, expensive product, but I'm really pleased with them. Sometimes it pays to pay up a little bit to get quality, and happy I did this mod. Like I said, this is the first thing I've done to this car. I think it should be the first thing any Z06 owner does to their car, and will certainly help protect your expensive investment. If you like this content, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.